Hello everybody, Mark aka the Nerdy Punk back again today for a video. Got a quick video for you guys. I'm kind of in the car. I apologize about the location, but been busy this weekend. Nonetheless, I want to get a video out there because on Tuesday morning at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, the Oscars will be announcing the Academy Award nominees for this year's ceremony. So that is Tuesday, January 24th, if you want to watch it live or if you just want to see because it is quite early for several of us. If you just want to see what gets nominated, I've been toying with the idea of doing some sort of reaction to that. It obviously won't be a live reaction because that it would be 7:30 my time here in the Central Time Zone, and I'd be getting ready for work at that time. So probably gonna get to work early so I can watch it. That's probably my plan, but I may post some sort of video afterwards, kind of reacting to the nominees and seeing what got snubbed, in my opinion. But what I want to do today is I want to do my predictions of what I think is going to happen. Now, I'm not going to predict every single category because we would be here for like an hour, and I'm not going to do that. Also, not going to talk super in depth about each category. We're going to go through the 6 big categories. That is from supporting actor all the way up to best picture. So your supporting actor and actress, best actor and actress, best director, and best picture. That gives us our 6 categories. So without further ado, let's get started. I am going to rank these in order of who I think has the best chance of winning and who has the best chance of getting nominated. So starting with supporting actor, my number 1 choice for supporting actor is Ke Huy Quan, who stars in Everything Everywhere All at Once. I think Ke Huy Quan, and I'm not going to be the first to say this, is the obvious frontrunner for this category. If he didn't win this award, I think it would be a shock to everybody. He is absolutely deserving of it. He's won every award he's been up for. I think this is his award to lose. Number 2 in that category is Brendan Gleeson from The Banshees of Inisherin. He delivers a fantastic performance. He is a lock to get a nomination. He's the only one that could remotely compete with Quan, in my opinion. Number 3. So the bottom 3 of this category is wide open, in my opinion. I could see any of like 10 actors getting a nomination here in this category. But my choice at number 3 is Barry Keoghan. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Who is also from Banshees of Inisherin. I think one of the movies is going to double up on nominees. It's either going to be Banshees or it's going to be Fabelmans. It's going to double up on Best Supporting Actor nomination. So I'm picking Banshees because that's the movie I've seen and the movie that I think I'm probably going to like better. So I'm kind of rooting for those guys. So yeah, Barry Keoghan, I think, gives a pretty good performance. I wouldn't necessarily call him amazing in the movie. He's definitely not competing for the win here, but I would like to see him get a nomination. My number 4 pick is Judd Hirsch from The Fabelmans. Judd Hirsch, from what I've heard about the movie, he was only in there for like one scene, but I've heard his scene is fantastic. So, and I've heard a lot of buzz about his performance. I haven't heard nearly as much buzz about Paul Dano, who's the other guy who's getting some buzz for this role in this movie. So I'm going to go with Judd Hirsch instead. And my number 5 pick is kind of out there, but out of the actors from this movie, I think he is the most likely to get nominated, and that is Brad Pitt from Babylon. I love Babylon. I adore the movie. I think it should get all the awards, but it's not going to. Realistically, it's not going to. So I would love to see Brad Pitt get a nomination, although I think out of the 3 big actors in the movie, he gives the less great performance. I don't want to say bad performance because I really liked his performance, but I think the other 2 lead actors were incredible in that movie, and it is a crime that I don't think they're going to get a nomination. But nonetheless, I digress. Brad Pitt was good in Babylon. I think he deserves a nomination, and I just feel like the star power of Brad Pitt is going to carry him over into that last slot, and just this being a weak category overall, in my opinion, I think that gets him in. Next category is supporting actress. So supporting actress, my number 1 pick is Angela Bassett. I think she is the favorite. She is from Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. She has been winning several awards. She won the Golden Globes. I think she won, did she win Critics' Choice? There's been a couple major ceremonies that have already taken place. I know for sure she won the Golden Globe for this. She has gone from kind of like a fringe, maybe going to get a nomination, to probably, arguably, the favorite in this category. Right behind her, I have Kerry Condon from the Banshees of Inisherin. I think she is giving a great performance in that movie. She's kind of a newcomer because the only thing I've seen her in before is Better Call Saul on television. So I haven't seen her, I don't think, in a movie yet. And she's a great performance in this movie. Number 3 is Hong Chow. She's the one that I'm going to be championing for this award. I would love to see her win this thing. She at least deserves a nomination. One of my main criticisms of The Whale is that we didn't get enough of Hong Chow's character. She was incredible in the movie, and I wanted to see more of her. She's definitely deserving. My number 4 prediction is Jamie Lee Curtis for Everything Everywhere All at Once. I think she's going to get a nomination. I think, unfortunately, I love Jamie Lee Curtis, love her in the movie. I think Stephanie Sue delivers a better performance, but I think they're going to go with Jamie Lee Curtis because she has been just this icon in Hollywood for so long, and she hasn't gotten a nomination like this before. So I think they're going to go with her. And my last pick, I could see a wide variety of people here. I'd go with Carey Mulligan of She Said. I think Carey Mulligan gave a great performance and is deserving of a nomination. I would love to see Stephanie Sue if they decide to double up with her and Jamie Lee Curtis, but I think Carey Mulligan is going to be my pick for that last slot. Next up is Best Actress. So, Best Actress, I think there are 3 locks, and there are really only 2 competing for this award. So, my number 1, the front runner, Cate Blanchett of Tar. I am actually currently watching Tar, so I have it on pause. I started watching it last night. I gotta be honest, I'm in through the first 45 minutes. I'm not a huge fan of this. I'm hoping that it's gonna turn around for me, but from what I've seen of Cate Blanchett, she's given a great performance, and everybody is raving about her performance and that she is clearly the front runner, so I am taking their cues right there. My second pick for Best Actress is Michelle Yeoh from Everything Everywhere All at Once. I really think, from everything I've heard, these two are going to be fighting it out for the award the whole season. Followed up by her is Danielle Deadwyler from Till. I haven't seen Till. A lot of people haven't seen Till. That's, I think, why it's suffering in the awards department. But everything I've heard about Danielle Deadwyler is amazing, and I think she is a lock to get a nomination. I'd be shocked if she didn't. My last 2 slots, again, there's 5 or 6 actresses I could pick here. My choice, just my gut feelings, I went with Michelle Williams from The Fabelmans and Ana de Armas from Blonde. And I've heard a ton of buzz about Ana de Armas's performance in Blonde. I saw the movie. I didn't really care for the movie like a lot of people, but the one thing that was amazing in that movie was Ana de Armas. She was incredible. And I think she deserves an award or a nomination for this award for that performance. And I think she's going to get it. So, but I could see a lot of other people sneaking in there in those last 2 slots as well. Wouldn't be shocked. My Best Actor predictions. So, my number 1 choice, the front runner for Best Actor, is Brendan Fraser from The Whale. He is still the front runner, in my opinion. I know his Oscar season has kind of been up and down. A lot of people started out saying he's a lock for this, and then people started watching The Whale. Reviews were kind of mixed, and his kind of star started to fade a little bit. I think he is still the front runner, but to me, this is a 3-horse race. You have Brendan Fraser, then you have Colin Farrell, who's my second pick from Banshees of Inisherin, and then you have my third pick, Austin Butler from Elvis. I loved all of these performances. I like all of these actors. I wouldn't be completely heartbroken if any of them won, and I think it's definitely going to be one of those 3 guys. Who it is, I'm still going with Fraser, and I still want to see him win it the most. I really want to see him walk out of there with that Oscar. He's just an incredible person. The story he's gone through to try to make it back to Hollywood and to deliver the performance he delivered in this movie that was so emotional. He was by far the best thing. He and Hong Chow, the 2 best things about that movie. I really want to see him win this. The 4th slot, I think, is also pretty locked in. That's Bill Nighy from the movie Living. I have not seen that yet. I would like to see it before the Oscars. We'll see if I do or not, but I think he's pretty locked in. And finally, the 5 slot is wide open. I see a lot of people predicting Tom Cruise. I can't do it. I can't predict Tom Cruise, not for that type of movie, in my opinion. He's giving a good performance for what it is, but I think you have to add in that caveat because I guess not like the majority of audiences, I liked Top Gun Maverick. I liked it a lot. I thought it was a really good blockbuster. It's not to the level of what people have been talking about, in my opinion. Best thing about that movie is the visuals. The visuals are astounding. Emotionally, I didn't feel it at all. Like, maybe there was one scene that was kind of good. I just didn't buy the performance that this is an Oscar-worthy performance, in my opinion. Nothing against Tom Cruise, nothing against the movie. It's just, I don't see that. So, my number 5 pick is kind of out there. I haven't actually seen this movie, but I think something wild is going to happen with that 5th slot. Maybe it's Tom Cruise, or maybe, as I'm going to predict, it's Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler in the movie Hustle. I haven't seen Hustle. I need to watch that one. That's definitely one on my radar. But I love dramatic Adam Sandler. I think when he's given a dramatic role, he can deliver an amazing performance. Uncut Gems comes to mind, which he absolutely should have been nominated for an Oscar for that movie. So I think maybe there may be a little bit of that kind of reasoning with the Academy, like, oh, we should have nominated him for this, so instead we're going to give him a nomination for this. I don't know if they actually think like that, but to me, that could be some of the reasoning behind giving Adam Sandler that 5th slot. Next up is Best Director. So, Best Director, I think there are 4 locks in this category. My opinion, the favorite to win is the Daniels, which directed Everything Everywhere All at Once. Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert. I think they are the favorites right now. They're not clear favorites. I don't think they're running away with the race or anything, but they are also my pick. They're the ones that I really want to see win this award. And number 2 is Todd Field, who directed Tar. Again, currently in the middle of watching Tar, so I don't have full thoughts on it yet, but everything I've heard about his direction, I think he is definitely going to get a nomination. Number 3 is Martin McDonagh. Martin McDonagh, who directed The Banshees of Inisherin. I think he's most likely to win an award for his screenplay, Banshees of Inisherin. The criticism, usually with Martin McDonagh, is that he's more of a writer than a director, but I think he's really good at both. I think he's absolutely deserving. My number 4, that I think is definitely going to get nominated, not sure about a win, is Steven Spielberg. Steven Spielberg won the Golden Globe. He's been getting, The Fabelmans as a whole has gotten some mixed reception from a lot of the more recent awards ceremonies. I don't think they got anything at the BAFTA Awards, which is a big one. So I'm not quite so sure that Steven Spielberg is up there with the Daniels right now, but I think he's definitely getting nominated. And finally, that 5th slot, like a lot of these categories, is wide open. My pick for the 5th slot is Edward Berger, who directed All Quiet on the Western Front. The new adaptation of that movie and book. I've heard incredible things about it. It's on Netflix. I need to watch it. Maybe I'll get to it this weekend or early next week. You know, sometime I will get to that movie and watch it. But I've heard amazing things about it. It's got tons of awards at the BAFTAs. I think it got like 12 nominations at the BAFTA Awards. It's crazy. So this movie is definitely picking up steam. I think that's going to carry Edward Berger into that 5th spot. Fifth spot. There we go. I can't speak English. Anyway, I could see a wide variety of people sneaking in here. I've heard like Joseph Kosinski for Top Gun Maverick. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of that pick, but anyway, it's possible. Sarah Polley I've heard a lot about for Women Talking, another movie that I need to watch. There's several I think that could sneak in there, and there's several I'd love to sneak in there that won't, but I think Berger is the most likely pick. And finally, we are at the big one, Best Picture. So this is the second year that the Oscars have guaranteed that there will be 10 slots for Best Picture nominations. So here we go. And the top 6, in my opinion, are locked in. There is no way that I could see a scenario where any of these doesn't get nominated for Best Picture. So let's run through them pretty quickly. We have Everything Everywhere All at Once. I think that is currently the frontrunner for Best Picture. Number 2 is The Banshees of Inisherin. Number 3 is The Fabelmans. Number 4 is Tar. Number 5, Top Gun Maverick. And number 6, Elvis. I think all 6 of those movies are guaranteed to get a nomination, and if they don't get nominated for Best Picture, I will be shocked. Absolutely shocked. The last 4 slots are kind of wide open. I think anything could sneak in here. I apologize for saying basically the same thing over and over again, but that's how I feel about a lot of these categories. I think there's very few categories that there's 5 solid nominees. I think these last few slots could be anything. So my picks for the last 4 slots, the Best Picture nomination. So we have Avatar: The Way of Water. I think that movie it was released at the perfect time. It's thriving at the perfect time. It became the number 1 highest grossing movie of the year, literally while people were voting for the Oscars. So I think a lot of people saw it. I think that's going to carry it over the hump. Number 8 is The Whale. The Whale was it was drowning for a while, pardon the pun, but The Whale was struggling in the Oscar race. I think many people thought performances were the only thing that was going to be nominated for that movie, and then it just kind of came out of nowhere and got some nominations and some other award ceremonies, and it shot its way back up the list. I still think it's wishy-washy. I'm not sure if it's going to get nominated, but I'm picking it as a prediction. My number 9 is All Quiet on the Western Front. I think there will be an international feature nominated this year for Best Picture, and it's going to be All Quiet on the Western Front. Again, haven't seen it. I would have loved to seen something like Decision to Leave nominated, but I think that ship has sailed. I think All Quiet, because it's got the momentum right now, is going to get its way in there. And finally, my number 10, my last Best Picture slot, I am predicting Babylon. This may be a bit of a homer pick. This may be rose-colored glasses that I'm looking at with this movie because I love it so much. I can't not predict it for Best Picture. I just want it to get nominated. I know this movie is not going to get the love that I want it to see at the Oscars, but I can't not predict it to get nominated. Right on the edge, I have movies like Triangle of Sadness. I wouldn't be shocked if that gets nominated for Best Picture. Women Talking, I would not be shocked if it gets nominated for Best Picture, but right now I think the odds are stacked against it. There's a few other movies there that I think could get nominations for Best Picture, but that is my 10. So to recap, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Banshees of Inisherin, The Fabelmans, Tar, Top Gun Maverick, Elvis, Avatar: The Way of Water, The Whale, All Quiet on the Western Front, and Babylon. That is my 10 Best Picture predictions written right here. So, we will see exactly how wrong I am on Tuesday morning. I'm feeling pretty good about the predictions this year. We'll see. Who knows? There could be some crazy stuff happening. You never really know with the Oscars. They almost always seem to snub somebody. Like last year, I know the big snub was Denis Villeneuve for Dune. I thought he absolutely should have been nominated, and he didn't even get a nomination. So we will see what happens. Competition is always tight. I am really looking forward to this. I love Oscar season, so I'm diving deep into this. So like I said, stay tuned. I may do some sort of reaction to the nominations. I am trying to see every Best Picture nominee, so I still haven't done that at all in my life. Last year I came the closest. I watched 8 out of the 10 Best Picture nominees, so I am looking forward to all 10 this year, hopefully, and I've seen most of them already, so I've got a head start. I'm also going to be doing some of my own lists, so I got my top 10 movies that's coming out in within the next month, definitely. Top 10 movies will be out. There's still a few movies I need to see, some things I'm waiting for to come out to streaming, but that video is starting to come to fruition. And then, of course, when we actually get to Oscars time, I will do my own movie awards, and I will honor the movies, the performances, basically every category that I've seen enough movies to do. I will do my own nominations, and victories, awards. So definitely stay tuned for those videos. Hit the subscribe button down below if you're excited for any of that content. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your weekend. Have a good day. Good luck to all of the Oscar nominees.